Hi, and welcome to That's Ruddy Mysterious, a podcast of short tales about true mysteries. What happened to the Flannan Isles Lightkeepers? Who was responsible for the Gardner Museum heist? I'm not going to solve those mysteries, but they'll be interesting to learn about. I'm your host, Kelly with an I. Transcripts for all episodes can be found at that'sruddymysterious.wordpress.com. No apostrophe and no exclamation point. Today's tale is about the Ariel School UFO sighting. On September 16, 1994, students at the Ariel School experienced what American UFO specialist Jerome Clark called the most remarkable close encounter of the third kind of the 1990s. The Ariel School is a private Christian school for wealthy families just outside of Rua Mashonaland East in Zimbabwe. Rua was too small to even be called a town. It was just a local place name. Ariel School is a very expensive private school. Most of the pupils are from wealthy families in Harare. It was just around 10 a.m. Students were outdoors enjoying a mid-morning break while the faculty were inside holding a meeting. 62 students between the ages of 6 and 12 saw one or more large, silver, disc-like objects descend from the sky and land in a nearby field. But that wasn't all. That easily could be explained as a trick of the light. The students then saw one or more creatures, dressed all in black, leave the craft and approach them. The whole encounter lasted about 15 minutes. Immediately following the encounter, students told the faculty about it, but the faculty didn't believe them. When they got home, some of the students told their parents about what happened. Those parents went to the school the following day to ask about what had occurred. The sighting was then reported on the ZBC radio waves. Cynthia Hind is a UFO researcher in Zimbabwe. She visited the school on September 10th to interview the children. She interviewed them in groups of 4 to 6, allowing the other children in the group to hear the other stories being told. She asked the students to draw pictures of what they saw. She says all of the children told the same story, and all of their pictures were remarkably similar. Tim Leach was a BBC correspondent and war photographer in Zimbabwe at the time. He went to interview the children and staff on September 19th. One child told him, "It looked like it was glinting in the trees. It looked like a disc, like a round disc." Another child said, "I saw something silver on the ground amongst the trees and a person in black." Guy G told the reporter, "I could see the little man, about a meter tall, was dressed in a black, shiny suit, that he had long black hair, and his eyes, which seemed lower on his cheek than our eyes, were large and elongated. The mouth was just a slit, and the ears were hardly discernible." After his investigation, Leach said, "I could handle war zones, but I could not handle this." The investigation left him truly rattled. In November of 1994, Harvard University professor of psychiatry John Mack, a known environmentalist and author, visited the Ariel School. Mack had made a name for himself investigating UFOs throughout the 1990s. He was particularly interested in abductions. Mack said that the children told him that after approaching them, the aliens telepathically communicated with them, giving them warnings about us destroying our environment. Mack wasn't without controversy. In May of 1994, the dean of Harvard Medical School, Daniel Toastson, appointed a committee of his peers to investigate Mack. Their goal was to confidentially review how Mack conducted interviews and investigated people who shared their experiences with him. The investigation showed that Mack had told people their experiences might be real. 14 months after the investigation began, Harvard issued a statement that reaffirmed Dr. Mack's academic freedom to study what he wishes and to state his opinions without impediment. According to Leach, Hind, and Mack, 62 children saw the incident, but dozens of children who were also outside at the time did not. Those children said that they didn't see anything unusual. Of the witnesses that did witness the event, the details that they told were consistent across stories. They said that they saw between 1 and 4 creatures with big eyes and dressed all in black. They said that the creatures left their craft and approached the children. Some of the children ran away at that point. The children who stayed were mostly older. According to Mack, the children he interviewed told him that the creatures telepathically sent the children warning messages regarding the environment before returning to their craft and leaving. Neither Hind nor Leach originally reported this message, but Hind later did. The children were adamant that what they saw was not an airplane. Due to the varying cultures at the school, the children had varying interpretations of what they saw. Some children said they were evil goblins. Others thought they were spirits of humans. Still others believed they saw extraterrestrials. What did the students at Ariel School see on September 16, 1994? Some skeptics have some ideas. Some believe this is a case of mass hysteria. Others say it's all a prank. On September 14th, there were a number of UFO sightings around southern Africa. There were reports of a fireball passing through the sky that night. Some thought it was a comet or a meteor. Others thought it was a UFO. Skeptic Brian Dunning said the fireball had been the re-entry of the Zenit 2 rocket from the Cosmos 2290 satellite launch. The booster broke up into burning streaks as it moved silently across the sky, giving an impressive light show to millions of Africans. Zenit 2 was a Ukrainian, former Soviet carrier rocket. Its first flight was in 1985, and it flew for the final time in 2004. It had a total of 37 launches, 6 of which were failures. It launched 4 times in 1994. It was successfully launched on August 26, 1994. Whatever it was that students at Ariel School witnessed on September 16, 1994, the incident quickly became known as Africa's most famous UFO sighting. A June 2021 episode of Witness History, a BBC show, called it one of the most significant events in UFO history. The students who are still willing to speak about it still maintain their stories. Not one has come out and said it was a prank or a hoax. What did all of those students actually see? Is this a case of mass hysteria? Is it a hoax? What do you think? Thanks for listening to today's episode of That's Ruddy Mysterious. I'm your host, Kelly with an I. Tune in next Tuesday for another thought-provoking tale.